Good morning, I'm Janelle Walker. We're here with Principal Anderson of Michele Clark. I am a graduating senior of Michele Clark with year 2022. I'm here with a couple of questions from Bill. Everybody has dreams growing up, anything to inspire you, anything that inspires us to keep pushing forward, to accomplish our dreams. What were you dreaming to be when you got?
So for me, dreaming was just trying to figure out possibilities that seemed like they weren't apart for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to say all the time, dream big, dream big. And as I got older, what I realized is that when you dream, you're sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you wake up, most of the time you can't remember the dream.
Mm-hmm.
So now I changed that from not only dream big and all that, but dream and then wake up and do something.
Right.
And so that became a part of my philosophy of not only do I want to dream, but I want to get up and make some reality through that. And things that kept me motivated to dream was because I've always had a hunger to serve people. And I didn't know what age group, but it became students, high school and elementary. So those were things that kind of just kept my motivation as to dreaming as to where I wanted to go next.
My mother was a big help in my life. Did anybody help you to get where you needed to be in your dream?
Yeah, so I would definitely say my family and the motivation that they gave me. I was the first to graduate from college in my family, so a lot of that movement that I had to do, I had to learn it on my own. And it was never a time that if they didn't understand what I was doing, there was never a time that they discouraged me from it. There were times they were like, well, you should just do it. If it doesn't work, we'll just do something else. And the fact that they wanted to be my safety net, that if it didn't work, was a huge piece in my life for me.
That's good. You know how you say you got older, so which means lives change, your mindset change, things change. What made you go through the path that you're going through now?
So I don't think it was really a made, I think it was a calling. And so I say to anybody who's in education that you have to look and see if this is what your passion, your calling, your push, your desire, because if it's not, you're not gonna love it. And we always say the difference between a career and a job is a career you can do forever because you love it. A job is something that you have to go to 9 to 5 and you some days hate it, some days like it. I think when we think about the career is where your passion and your heart's gonna be at. And so when I think of the work for me to stay in this has been that I'm always looking for brighter and better ways to help not only our students, because if I help students, I can help our community and I can help our families, but then I change neighborhoods. So that's always been my goal, to change a student, change a household, then change the block, and then hopefully change the community.
We have bumps and bruises along the way, all types of different hardships that we face. Have it been anything that you had to overcome?
Oh my God, I don't think anybody has ever, any person that is even mildly successful hasn't had a bump, a bruise, a fall, or have fallen. But I think the biggest thing about that is if you don't fall, you'll never know how great you really can be. It's in that falling that you actually jumped out and tried. It's in that falling that you then realize your own strength. And then you strategize to just figure out what's next. How do I become better? And so I think as life goes on, we're gonna always fail. The true person that is equipped and called will get up from that failure and try again.
I see that you give back to the community in Michele Clark. Is there anything that inspires you to do that, to want to give back, to want to keep pushing?
Yeah, so my big inspiration for even being here at Michele Clark, because I could have went to other schools and everything, is I grew up down the street. So there's people that I know that live in the neighborhood, that live in the community, that have retired and they're looking for their kids to take over their houses and things like that. And my goal is, how do we keep Austin alive? And then how do we keep the other communities alive? Then how do we build a better Chicago? So every day that things are going on in the community, those become, whether it's good or bad, those become part of the passion as to why I do what I do.
Being that it's 2022, we've been in a pandemic for about 2-3 years now, and it's not been easy for Clark. What matters to you most right now?
So what matters most to me after going through this pandemic, well, we're still in it, but after being a part of it, is it's important that students, faculty, staff know that they're loved. Because sometimes the isolation will leave you where you don't feel loved or feel wanted. And so I feel like if I can at least spread love, then I can do the other things as we go through that. So it's important to me that we help people to understand that no matter what you've been through, you still are loved, and we still can make this happen.
As a student of Michele Clark, I know the school is real big on preparatory and our goals. What is your ultimate main goal?
So my ultimate main goal is I love to get people, students that are in our community, to go off to college or stay here and go to college. We have great colleges and junior colleges here. Pursue their passion and then come back and help create our neighborhood and change the narrative of the negative things that people hear. But that only happens if we start doing that with changing our mindsets as we go along.
You are big on on your appearance. You bring good vibes to the school. What do you want people to think of you? What do you want the students to take from you and probably continue on in their life?
One of the things that I think I would want students to take away is that you can do it. Like, if I can say that I grew up down the street and I did it, I'm no different than anybody else. And so I try to bring normalcy to everybody I meet so they can also know that, oh, he's a regular dude, he's cool, but look, if he can do that, why can't I do it? And so I'm always open to trying to show people the pathway to getting that done, which I think is very important.
Being the principal of Michele Clark, I know it's a lot of pressure. What do you want people to think of you?
So I just want them to, can I be honest with you? I really don't care what they think. But let me say why I say that. Because if you spend your time worried about what people think of you and what they're going to say about you, then you lose out on all the great things that you can do. So what I've learned to do is take my focus off of what people think. Because there's a lot of things I wouldn't do if I worried about what they think. And I put my focus then on what can I do and what do I think? You know, what do I think I can do better? And what do because it's in that self-reflection that I make myself better.
Well, thank you for your time and your answers. This has been the Bill Check-In with Janelle Walker and Principal Anderson. Thank you.